We're making my healthier twist on classic egg McMuffin breakfast sandwiches. We're using my gluten-free English muffins, ground turkey sausage patties, eggs cooked in a mason jar ring, and sliced cheddar cheese. Hello, my name is Nicole Bonilla, and if you love healthier recipes to our favorite foods, then you are in the right place. To make these really easy breakfast muffins, we're going to start by cooking our sausage. Now you could use any meat that you like, including the pre-sliced Canadian bacon, but I have found that the healthiest option is to use some ground turkey sausage because it's the least processed. Now you can buy the sausage already seasoned like I have, or you can just buy some ground turkey and season it yourself. And I've included the seasonings on the recipe on my website that you can access with the link in the video description below. So I have 1 pound of some seasoned turkey sausage, and it says there's 5 servings per package, but I'm going to go ahead and divide this into 6 pieces. Now we want to form these into some nice round patties that will be the same size as our egg and our English muffin. So we have to press them into a circle that is larger than our finished size because they're going to shrink as they cook. So I've just taken a sheet here and lined it with parchment paper, and then I'm just going to lightly spray it with some olive oil, and this will keep the patties from sticking to the paper. Then I'm going to add some oil to my hands. And then I'll just take one of my pieces of meat and set it onto the paper, and then just start pressing it into a nice round circle. So now we have a nice round patty, and we've compensated for the shrinkage that will happen when it cooks. Now that we've shaped all these patties and they're nice and thin, we want to easily get them off of the parchment paper and into our frying pan. So I have found the best way is to go ahead and just take a pair of scissors and slice through our parchment paper so that each patty is on an individual sheet. Now they're ready to cook. So I'm going to use my large hex-clad frying pan, which is the best of cast iron and non-stick, but you could use any non-stick or cast iron pan you like. I'm going to add just a little bit of some light olive oil. Then I'll take one of my patties with the paper and just gently lay it into the pan and lift up the paper, and voila. Then we'll just let these brown on both sides for about 2 or 3 minutes or until cooked through. Well, as expected, our patties reduced in size and they're now perfect for our English muffins. So I'm going to go ahead and just put them onto a paper towel on a plate to be able to soak up any extra grease. And then we can repeat for the remaining patties. Now we're going to cook our eggs, and to get that really cute little round shape that's the same size as our English muffins, we're going to use some mason jar lid rings. But you'll want to make sure that these are stainless steel. So we'll want to bring our frying pan to a low-medium heat, and again I'm using a hex-clad pan because it gives the best of non-stick and cast iron. So I'm just going to place 2 rings inside my pan and then spray them really well with some light olive oil. And if you like the flavor of butter, go ahead and just drop a little bit inside of each ring. And that little sizzle on our butter means we have the perfect temperature. And just gently crack it inside the ring. Now we'll season it with a little bit of salt and a dash of pepper. And then we'll put our lid on the pan, and that will allow the eggs to cook on the top as well as on the bottom. And we'll want to keep an eye on them and let them cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. And if any bubbles start to form, I like to go in and pop them just so I have some nice even little egg hockey pucks. And then you can decide if you want to leave them sunny side up, or we can flip them over for over easy. So with my spatula and some tongs ready, I'll go ahead and get underneath the egg. It looks like my ring will come right off. So go ahead and flip it over. And get under my second ring. I'll go ahead and flip this one over. And then I'll let these cook for about a minute on this side. So I'll just place those right on top of our sausage patties. Well, we are ready now to assemble our breakfast muffin. So I'm going to start with half of my gluten-free oat flour muffin, and I'm going to add a little bit of my homemade mayonnaise, but you could use ketchup or ranch or anything you'd like. Then I'll add our sausage patty with egg, and of course a slice of cheese, followed by our lid with a little more mayonnaise. Place that right on top. And I love how the cheese just starts melting over the sandwich. I think I would be a little more civilized and cut this in half first. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. That is so good. I can see why billions of these are sold around the world. But I love knowing that mine is made with clean, natural ingredients, which means I'm going to feel just as good even after I eat it. And you could easily batch prep all these ingredients and keep them in your fridge to be able to pull out on busy mornings. If you could use more healthy inspiration on a regular basis, I invite you to join my email list. All you have to do is click on the link in the video description below, and that is the best way for us to stay connected. And I also want to thank you for hanging out with me today in my kitchen. And I've included the link to the full recipe, and it's in the video description below. And it takes you to my website, gentletummy.com. And I also invite you to like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I cannot wait to have you hang out with me again in my kitchen.